Okay, the time being 6:30, we'll start in a minute or so.
And just a brief explanation for anybody who this is their first time at one of our virtual meetings. Everyone is muted other than the chair, and he will recognize folks to be called on. You will not be able to unmute yourself. The way you can get the chair's attention whenever that time comes up, please use the participants menu and the raise hand feature. So you can find the participants menu at the bottom of your screen. It looks like two little people standing next to each other with the number 15 next to it right now, 16. And that number will keep going up. You open that, it pops open a box that will appear on your screen, and you'll find the raise hand feature in that box. So once you use that, we will see you on our participants list, and Cause will recognize you. If anybody has any questions, you can always chat me during the meeting and I will be able to help. I see Jordan has raised his hand. We haven't started the meeting yet, Jordan, but whenever Cause is ready, we'll recognize you.
Yeah, who's PT and who's Zoom user?
I don't know who those are. They can rename themselves, or they'll identify themselves if we need to talk to them.
Okay, the time being 6:30 on Tuesday, the 1st of September. I think we can get started. Abraham, the chair, is not here. I am in his stead, so let's get the ball rolling. The committee recommends to the full board, which meets the third Wednesday of the month. Should we go to the 30-day waiver? Is Roma Salerno there here?
Do you want to, Jordan has a question before we get started. Do you want to, sorry, he's waving too.
Yes, Jordan.
Kaz, hi, it is Jordan. Looking down the list of requirements, one of them it says item number 2, the applicant will not use electric bikes or contract with third-party delivery providers who provide electric bikes. The last half of that is absolutely nonsense. Anybody
yeah, the electric bike has been an issue for some time, and we've talked to third-party people. At this stage, they sign a contract and they really have no say in what the contract is. I think the board is getting more information on third-party bike, and we're trying to get this thing straightened out. But to a certain extent, the establishment can govern who does pick up. So that's what we're encouraging them to do. But third-party electric bike, it's very difficult.
I think that's an understatement. It's just not happening. I'm unaware of any third party who picks up without an electric bike. I could be wrong. So I would assume that everybody who's going for renewal, who's already been in a business, who has used a third party, is in violation of that, and they will be after the meeting when whoever it is approves it. So this is an unreasonable requirement, and how can an applicant agree to it?
Well, the applicant agrees that they will not use electric bikes.
I understand that, but that's not what it says.
No, I know it's a bit ambiguous, but
there's no ambiguity, Kaz. It says or contract with third parties. That's not ambiguous. Or maybe it is. What are the two interpretations?
Okay, can we put that on the agenda for another meeting? Specifically that. I mean, we could be here all night debating this one item. So, we'd like to move on.
I absolutely agree with you. This point has been raised for years in the plural, but if it's going to be taken up at a meeting, great. I won't take any more of your time. Thank you so much for engaging with me on this.
Okay, thanks, Jordan. I know it's a very serious issue and a lot of people are not happy. Okay, so can we go to the 30-day waiver one, which will be Roma Salerno Corp? Is the applicant here?
I believe I see Vera Casella.
That's
Is
me
it-
right there.
Okay.
Okay, so any changes to the establishment, or you just forgot the, you forgot to apply, to notify us?
No changes at all. Sir.
So you just forgot to notify CB?
Yes, I apologize for that.
Yeah, I know, it happens.
We were all
Um,
right also.
I know. Any board members have any questions?
Marco has his hand up.
Marco?
Marco.
Yes, because I think Jordan, he raised a very good issue. We have to discuss, but I don't think this is the time to discuss these issues. Because
Yes, we are, Marco, we are not discussing. the elec-
no, I know that. So the issue is, I just want to talk about Jordan because he raised a very valid issues, and I agree with him. The only situation is we have in this period of time that we have to be more careful to raise issues that may complicate it for the applicants. Or we still have a chance in the future to approve or disapprove this application in this kind of service. But in this case, I would like to propose a motion to approve.
Okay, thank you. Do we have a second?
Mrs. Brown has a question. So do you want to,
Okay. Yep.
Mrs.
Okay.
Brown?
You want to
You'll
unmute?
have,
Yeah.
she'll have to. there you
Can
go.
you hear me?
Yes.
I'm having difficulty in hearing everyone. It's garbled. I sent a message to Will, but I didn't get a response.
I said I'm not certain. And I don't know. Somebody else can recommend for her. Is there a closed caption button at the bottom of anyone's screen? As the host, I can't see that.
Oh.
No.
Nope.
There's one on YouTube, but I don't know where it is on Zoom.
Yeah, I don't know either. Okay, so we have a motion seconded. All in favor? We will take everybody as a yes unless somebody says no. Anybody say no? Judy?
I have a question.
Oh.
Can you
Yeah.
hear?
Yeah,
What are you voting on?
30-day waiver, 2A. What they did, they forgot to notify the community board within 30.
Establishment, not all of us have agendas appointed at. I think we should have the name and address for each thing before you start discussing it.
Oh, I said Roma Saladno Corp, DBA PQR Pizza Quadroni, 1631 2nd Avenue, store between 84th and 85th.
Thank you.
It's a renewal. The only reason that they're coming, they forgot to notify the community board within the specified time. Okay, anybody vote no? I don't see any hands, so that goes down as a unanimous. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Let's go to the regular 1A, DeFarma Group LLC, DBA DeFarma, 1304 2nd Avenue.
Really quickly before we call on them, do you want to just audibly go through the board members that we have in attendance so that in the record we have everybody who voted on that?
Okay, we have me, we have Alida, Barry Schneider, Brian Carrero, Laurie Boris, Marco, Mrs. Brown, Paul Higgins, Russell, and that's it.
That's all I see.
Everybody votes yes. Okay, let's go to 1A, DeFara Group, LLC, DBA DeFara. Is the applicant here?
Yes,
So what is this establishment?
it's a pizzeria slash restaurant. We just, changing the name and that's it. It's a little pizzeria.
So all you're doing is changing the name?
Yeah, change the name and I have other partner coming in.
Okay.
We were over there 10 years. We never had any problem, nothing. It was under Golosi, then we changed the name to Donna Margherita, but it didn't do very well. And
Right.
now we try, we try it, to stay over there. We like the neighborhood or whatever. It's a small, not even 40 seat inside. Like we cannot use anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And the food ratio is 80 food, 20 drinks.
Yeah, it's most pizza and food.
Yep.
Drinks, we have only wine and beer. So.
Oh, okay. Anybody have any questions from the public? Any board member? Let's go Mrs. Brown first.
Okay. Mrs. Brown, you'll have to unmute.
Motion to approve?
Was that a move to approve, Mrs. Brown?
Yes.
Okay, second. Marco will second unless he has a question. Do you have a question, Marco?
Second.
Okay. All in favor? Anybody vote no? Raise your hand. Otherwise, it'll go down as unanimous. It's a straight. Okay. So that's that one. Let's go to 1B.
It's approved, everything fine?
Yep. Well, this is the committee, but we recommend to the full board, but there shouldn't be any problems.
I really appreciate it. Thank you. And I hope to see you soon over there, all of you.
Are you serving outside?
We're serving outside because we have a sidewalk permit and now we put a little gazebo in the parking lot. We had something with the Department of Transportation. Yes.
Okay, so that's helping.
2 little table. We have 2 little table. That's all.
Yep, good. Thank you.
Okay.
The next one is 1B, Botanicus Lexington Inc., DBA La Botanista, 833 Lex. New application, liquor, wine, beer. Is the applicant here?
Yes,
Oh, who's this?
this is Robert Callahan from Michael Kelly's office.
Okay. Can you tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, we also have Christoph is also with me. I see him on the list. I don't know.
Chris-
Christoph,
you want-
you'll have to unmute yourself.
Okay.
Yes.
there it is. There it is.
Okay. So you want to tell us a bit about yourself and
So-
what's going on?
Basically, we're at 833 Lexington between 63rd and 64th, which used to be the Le Pain Quotidienne. We're an organic plant-based restaurant. We'll have 11 tables with 40 seats, one bar approximately 15 feet long with 9 seats. The hours will be 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day, so we're not a late night place. We'll have light background music with no open windows. The owners have other locations under the same name. You could see on your questionnaire, we have one down on Grand Street and one on 43rd Street, 3rd Avenue. They seem to be very successful. If you have any questions about the business, I'm sure Christoph can answer them.
Okay, anybody have any questions? Who do we have? Mrs. Brown. Left.
Yes, thank you. I noticed that there was a violation that is still active on November 8th, 2019. What was that violation and why is it still active?
Yeah,
But if-
that's the building owner. We have to get him to clear up. I think it's just a proof of correction. That should be cleared up shortly.
Carl, you're the only one that seems to be clear. Would you be kind enough and repeat what Mr. Callahan had stated?
Yeah, it's a building violation, but theoretically, if you're a new establishment going there, shouldn't this have been cleared by the building or Le Pain Quotidien?
It's not necessarily that space. It could be anywhere in the building.
It could be anywhere that, but
So,
that's.
I mean, we'll talk to the landlords and we'll figure out what's going on with it. I'll have to bring it up and examine it more closely.
Okay. Okay, so that violation will be cleared up.
Yeah, I'll try and bring it up now and see what it's all about, but
Okay. Judy?
Any outdoor tables?
Yes,
How many?
we just have 5 tables outside,
Thank you.
just
So-
for the moment.
yeah, that's just for the open restaurants program.
Yes,
Oh, okay, but
Yeah, there's
you're
no
not gonna,
sidewalk cafe or outdoor backyard seating.
no.
yeah, but the open thing, that really doesn't affect us at this stage.
Right.
You're right. Anybody else, any questions? No one else? Okay, do we have a motion?
Ms. Brown?
A motion to approve with the stipulation that they will get back to the board prior to the next meeting with the violation that it has cleared.
Yeah, I think they will agree to that.
Okay, and also too, cause if you could ask the applicants, when they address the board, to let us know what the hours are, if there are any out backyard space,
Is-
and the food drink ratio, it would be a lot simpler. Thank you.
Yeah, food to ratio is 90-10, 90 food, 10 drinks.
Yes. Thank you.
Do you have a backyard?
No.
No backyard. Okay. Any other questions, Marco?
Yes. I think if they ask the stipulation for the violation, and if we don't know, how are we gonna put in a stipulation to be in compliance? Because the problem, a violation could be something serious, and a violation could be very simple. And I agree with the stipulation that it should be put to correct that part. But the problem is, how do we enforce? Because the violation, it could be for somebody else. It could be in residential. I don't know if it's a residential part. It could be the same le pain quotidien. Once they remove the pain quotidien, theoretically the violation is gone, but in the record of the building department, it's still active, so it has to be filed. But that is going to be a very tricky argument. But yes, I would like to support that motion. Yes.
Okay.
If I may, just for a second.
Yes.
I'm on the Department of Buildings website. So the violation was actually issued to the building itself for failure to file an annual report on their boiler back in 2017. So they've done it 2018, 2019, but apparently either it didn't get into their computers or they just didn't go. So we'll speak to the landlord. We'll have him file that with the buildings department. It's not a serious violation. We actually, Ms. Brown, the paper that you were looking at that showed the violation, if it was a dangerous violation, there would be a big red area that would say that it was a critical violation and that, a stop work order and everything would be on the building. So it's just a minor paperwork one that we'll take care of.
Well, I had to disagree with that part. I'm sorry, but a boiler is a serious violation. That's completely wrong. So I know that this is just only a registration of that has an inspection, but the inspection is crucial because the boiler can operate properly.
Yeah, but
However, let me finish.
Let me finish. 2 years.
However,
Yeah.
however, let me finish. My point is, in this case, the commercial space do not use the boiler, it use the residential. So it doesn't directly impacted the commercial space. So it's a very tricky point. This is what I said. It's very tricky to ask you some stipulation for something that very, very hard to appreciate that the stipulation be there because the issue is next. At least you can put pressure to the landlord to do the right thing for the residents. I think makes a lot of sense in that direction. Even though that the commercial space is more likely do not the boiler doesn't serve that part because it is an independent boiler or independent heating and air conditioning system.
Right.
So I think this is valid, and that's basically I'm afraid that to enforce. But please, I appreciate that you reach the landlord and said the community board is asking for that. Please try to fix, and then we help the rest of the building. Even though that we shouldn't do that, that's not our role. But I think it's a smart idea to help the residents. Thank you.
I think what I would like to put in the resolution, in the stipulation, is that even though it is not the establishment violation, it is a building violation, because we should not hold anything against the establishment when it's the building problem.
Right, but the issue is you put it at least the tenant, in this case the commercial space, put pressure on the landlord to do the right thing. And I think it's fair. The business person, they can help us to help the community. I think it doesn't hurt at all. Thank you. And I will support that application.
Okay, Russell.
Yeah, I was just going to second if it hadn't been seconded already. I wasn't sure.
Okay. Okay. I assume it's a unanimous unless somebody says no. Anybody say no? I don't see any no's. Okay, so that goes down as unanimous. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Christoph.
Who do we have now? Guadalupe Lucero, DBA Taco and Tequila, 1742 2nd Avenue. New application for liquor, wine, and beer. Is the applicant here?
Yes, I'm here.
You're the Zoom user.
Yes, hi.
Okay, you want to tell us a bit about yourself and what you're doing?
Yes, we pretend to serve Mexican food. The establishment name is Tacos and Tequila. So we pretend to accompany our food with some cocktails, some drinks, some Mexican drinks especially. And this is gonna be a new place. It used to be a wine bar. And now we pretend to serve our Mexican food in there, in the establishment.
Do you have a backyard?
No.
No backyard. How many seats do you have inside?
Inside we have 40 seats.
Okay, but at the moment, do you have your DOT application that you can use the sidewalk and the street, or not yet?
Not yet.
When will you be opening then?
We haven't opened the restaurant, so that's why we haven't applied for the outside tables. Yeah, because we haven't opened the restaurant. Yeah.
Okay. Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any resolutions? Any approvals, disapprovals? Marco.
Motion to approve.
Okay, Russell, did you second that?
Yeah.
Okay, I assume it's unanimous unless somebody says no. Anybody say no? Okay, I don't see any no's, so that goes down as unanimous. That's it, isn't it? ABC?
That is all of item 1 and item 2. Old business, new business is all you have left.
And we had a few layovers. So if somebody is here for one of the layovers, we will be sending out more information on if and when they come before us. Okay, the time being 6:54 and I'm getting hungry. The meeting is...
Not yet, cause don't go.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, Mark.
I think, look, cause I think we are doing something wrong right here. First of all, you ask the questions when in reality we have to have a questionnaire for all applicants. All applicants should answer the same questions, such as, do you use the rear yard? Are you going to use yard? Do you have the rear yard? how many people, how many chairs you're gonna have, how many, all this information which allow us to make an assessment. What is the ratio of the food and liquor? So it should be a mandatory answer from the applicant, so we can hear from the applicant all these kind of questions. So then we have a good judgment of the restaurant, and then we can approve or disapprove this application, or we can raise questions and we can discuss a little bit deeper. I think in the way that I prepare a good document to be sent to everybody, to all applicants. So this questionnaire, we have to have each of us in advance. So when the applicant is coming and they either forgot or whatever it is, we have at least the answer from in that questionnaire, and then we can ask proper questions. Because I found that sometimes you ask one question to one person, one applicant, and another question for the other one. I know that you don't do intentionally, but the issue is we have to have a more complete information of these applicants. Then we can, everybody, they can raise the issue, whatever it is, and this is why we can have the applicants to answer our concerns, maybe clarify, or maybe we can raise serious issues about this application. So I think that we have to establish this form that is I already created almost many years ago, because I don't know why it's reluctant to start applying that, because it's fair for everybody. And then we have something intangible from the applicant. What are they saying? And then we have to have a record. In the record, we can say, oh, that is what the applicant is claiming. And if it is not true, then we can figure it out in the future. I mean, we have to figure out this kind of stuff, and I don't think that is your role as a chair or you know, as an acting chair. You should start giving the information. When in reality, who should be doing is the applicant. But the applicant, I know this tense moment, it's hard to express all the ideas, and this is what we need, a questionnaire, and everybody can have in advance.
But Marco,
if nobody want to raise this issue.
Marco, everybody does get the questionnaire. It's the Community Board Aid Liquor License Questionnaire. We have a DCA questionnaire that the board sends out to all the applicants, and the applicants fill it in. Now, the problem may be that all the members do not get a copy of it, which is something that we can look at. But everybody does, and it's got all the questions, the address, the ratios, the hours, the tables, the membership. It's got all the questions, and I think it's the same one that you and the others worked on.
Sorry, Cos, but it's not, because I remember in one of the meetings with the commissioner for the Liquor License Authority, he was saying that he was organized a new form because they consider it incomplete. And that is what triggered to me to prepare that form, because I try to make as much thorough as possible. That is the only direction. I understand what you're saying. And this is one point. The other point is we don't have the information on time. It's hard, you know, for Will to start sending all the information. But if we have just only one page for restaurant and to send it to us, so then can have in advance many information that we need to have it on time.
Okay,
I mean,
well,
you saw today, Marco, that we still, even with just 4 applications, we still got stuff sent to us at 4:30, 5 o'clock p.m. So
yeah,
it's just you're dealing with I mean, I'm not going to overspeak, but like you're dealing with a group of a constituency in this case who have other priorities than getting paperwork filled out and submitted in a timely manner. And we just try to be accommodating of them as they submit them and get them to you guys when we have them.
Right.
Remember one more thing. That's basically, this is the open what do you call public open discussion. It has to be some limited, and it has to have some time to be presented in the community board. It has to be posted. It has to be all this time in advance. It cannot be done within 48 hours. It has to be at least a week. So the community has to be aware what's going on. So the community also has to be invited in this process. And as we have to make a very good assessment of the applicants, and then therefore the community can listen where is our opinion, and then we can keep raising many issues, or maybe we can approve right away. Remember, for the applicants, they are right here, is our intention is we are not the enemies of the applicants. We support business. We need business. We claim that we really need their business. The only thing is we're looking for a good management business. We are not looking for poor management business. That is the only difference that we are right here. On the contrary, we would like to hear from them. What are their needs? What we can do better in order that they can be successful, especially in these tough times for them. So that is my goal. That's what my intentions when I ask something very specific. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll speak to Will and Abraham about getting the forms out. I think we can get just that one page out as soon as we can, so everybody will have the basis rather than the full application. I don't think everybody needs the full application a week ahead of time, but if we can get that one form a few days ahead, that will help everybody, I think. Okay, who else? Judy had a question?
Yes, why is there a layover on an item that's between 100 and 101st Street when that's not our district?
Austin, I already spoke about that.
Because they sent it to the wrong community board, and it is not ours, and it's a layover. We will not hear it in the future either.
Okay. So, Will, I'm assuming that you directed them to the board above us.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna reach out to them and make sure that they know that they need to talk to CB11.
Thank you. Good night, all.
Good night. Anybody else have any new, old business, new business? Any questions? No? Okay, meeting is adjourned 7:01 p.m. Thank you, one and all. Thanks, Will.
You're welcome. You guys have a lovely night.
You too.